Hey Cancer, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, June 4th to Sunday, June 10th, 2018. Now before I get started, I did have one announcement. That is that my June 2018 webinar is now available for download on my website. In it, I of course talk about what is going on in June 2018 and what the most important days of the month are. I do see this month as the month when fate steps in and takes over. It may be hard for us to get things done, to do things in the way that it is that we want, but I think our spirit and our soul and possibly even a higher power are going to give us more of the answers to help us move forward, even if they aren't quite the answers that it is that we want and need or we're hoping for. Well, they're going to be the answers we need, even if they weren't what we were hoping for, okay? So that's what I'm going to talk about there. If that's something that you're interested in learning more about, if you've got something big coming up this month, please click on the link down below in my description box to learn more. Now Cancer, for your horoscope, what we have this week is Mars conjunct the South Node, and that for you is going to be in your 8th house of changes, of endings and beginnings. Also the 8th house rules financial investments and your intimate relationships, either with a business partner or perhaps a sexual relationship in that sense. All right, and what Mars conjunct the South Node, which is going to happen all week, can bring lots of frustrations. We want to do things in your 8th house. Maybe you want to start to change your life in a really big way, to do something more that you really want. Maybe you also want to get deeper in your relationships, have more intimate relationships, deeper, better sexual relationships, to partner more intimately with a business partner in some way, and maybe that's hard for you. Also as well with your 8th house, there could be things as well with finances too, maybe wanting to get your finances in order, but finding that things aren't quite falling into place in the way that you want yet. The message here of this alignment this week is to not push. If you feel like it's hard for you to change your life, if you feel like it's hard for you to really work things out with a person in your life that you feel very close and very intimate with, if you feel like finances aren't where you want, to not freak out, to not try too hard to put everything together, but to just be patient as, again, more answers start to come to you this month about some of those things, okay? So that's what I see going on there. While that's happening on Wednesday, we also have Venus here in Cancer in your sign and in opposition with Pluto in Capricorn. And what that could bring is perhaps really since the beginning of this year, maybe there were some big changes going on in your relationship. Sorry, Pluto's in your 7th house of your partnerships, of the one-on-one variety. So maybe since the beginning of this year, there's been a lot of changes going on with your relationships, with the people one-on-one in your life. Maybe as well some commitments and contracts that you've been signing or things that have been going on there. Maybe there's been lots of changes going on with that. And I think Venus here in your sign is really asking you now to start to settle into some of these changes in your relationships that have occurred, to start to focus more on your own needs and how you can take care of some of your needs that now that some of these other things have gone on, all right? And really trying to work the balance out just right. That can be a little bit hard because of the Mars and South Node in your 8th. And the 8th and the 7th house are very similar in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to relationships. So I think it can be a little bit difficult here wanting to go deeper with the people in your life, wanting better partnerships, but maybe there are some things this week that you feel like are not quite right with your relationships, that you don't feel the best about in regards to other people, and really needing to figure out here how to make some tweaks in order for you to finally start to feel more comfortable with all of these big changes that have gone since the beginning of the year with other people, okay? It's not so much a time to keep making massive change in your life, but I think especially with the 7th house, to just make tweaks in a more practical sense to the relationships, who you partner with, how you partner with other people, so that more and more of your heart and more of your desire for the things that you really want can start to express itself, if not now, then later, okay? So that's just kind of an interesting alignment here. Maybe you wanting to make changes, wanting to live more deeply into life, organize your finances, but either needing to be patient for it before things fall into place in the way that you want, or needing to make smaller tweaks and a more practical sense to some of your relationships and some of your commitments so that you can start to settle into and feel more comfortable with everything that has occurred even if you feel like the depth that you crave in your relationships and in your life is not there yet. All right, so that's what we've got there. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Sun and Mercury coming conjunct in Gemini, making a square to Neptune in Pisces. And Gemini rules your 12th house of your insides and of your spirituality, and Pisces rules your 9th house of something new and different you have not done before. So this could definitely bring up perhaps or some confusion, perhaps some either confusing conversations with other people or confusing conversations maybe that you're having with yourself. I think what a lot of this has to do with Neptune in your 9th is something new. Maybe you're doing something new. Maybe you want to become a new person, do things you haven't done before, adventure, travel, learn something. And maybe it's hard for you to adjust your perspective to let this new you in. Maybe it's hard for you to communicate as well about this new person you're becoming, or for you to understand it. Maybe it's hard for you to overcome the past so that you can step into these new chapters with the 12th house stuff as well that can come in, and it just not feeling quite right. And I think this week, especially with the square to Neptune, especially with Mars on the south node here, really needing to be patient as things happen, to be compassionate, not only with yourself, but with other people as they start to understand more what you want, who you are, what you need, where you see your life going, and make some small adjustments to hopefully fall into place. All right. So I think that's what I see going on this week, Cancer. I think there's a huge desire to want to feel deeper, grow more deeply into life. It may not be there quite yet. There may be some things from the past lingering that you're trying to figure out how to overcome so you can step into new chapters, and maybe you yourself needing to get more clear on what this new thing is that you want, who it is that you want to become. Maybe you as well needing to communicate better with other people so that other people in your life understand, and then needing to be patient as everyone else gets the message, and as some tweaks perhaps are made to your life and to your relationships to help you become more of the person that you are meant to be, and to be more confident and have more stability, hopefully come in the next few months in your life. All right, so that's what I have there. Your card, Cancer, is Death upright. This card is definitely obviously a card about a death occurring, especially with these planets in Gemini going through your 12th house, and with the 9th house stuff coming in. I think you're becoming a new person, stepping into new chapters. I mean, this is huge. This is a major arcana card. You know, there's a major chapter of your life that's ending and something else that's coming in for you in a really big way. And I think this card is saying that if you feel that that's the case, that you're letting go of some old things, that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing. I think this card is also a reminder too to let go of any attachments to old things, people, and places that it is that you may have had, so that you really can start to move forward. Okay, I think as well, sometimes with this card, I'll get a big transformation coming in for you to be more, do more, hopefully, of what you want. And it may feel like things are falling apart with this card. It may feel scary to let go of some old things that you used to rely on. But I think the message of this card being a need to let go of some of the other things that you used to have in your life so that you can do something else, see life differently, transform in a really big way to hopefully become more of the person maybe that you want to be. And I think just needing to let old situations end, and maybe even old ways of working with your relationships, with your chart, so that new ones can come in that are going to be better for you as an individual. All right, so that's what I have for you this week, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.